Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at something exciting in the Linux world, the brand new MX Linux 25 Infinity Beta. Now, if you've never heard of MX Linux before, don't worry, I'll explain what it is, why people love it, and then we'll go through the new features of version 25. By the end, you'll have a good idea whether you should download and try it or just wait for the final release. So, first things first, what exactly is MX Linux? MX Linux is a Linux distribution or distro for short. Think of it as a flavor of Linux just like Ubuntu, Fedora or Mint. It's well known for being lightweight, stable and easy to use, which makes it popular for both beginners and experienced Linux users. It's based on Debian, which is one of the oldest and most respected Linux distros out there. Debian is like the solid foundation and MX Linux adds tools, polish and a user-friendly touches on top. The version that just came out is MX Linux 25 Infinity Beta. The word beta means it's not the final product yet. It's still being tested, so there may be bugs or issues. Developers release beta versions so the community can try them out and report problems before the stable release goes public. So, if you want to test it, that's great, but it's not recommended to use it as your main operating system just yet. Let's talk about what's new in MX Linux 25. First, it's based on Debian 13 Trixie. That's the latest version of Debian, which brings in more up-to-date software, security patches and stability improvements. On top of that, MX Linux 25 comes with new Linux kernels. That's the core part of the operating system that talks to your hardware. The standard edition comes with Linux 6.12 LTS, which is a long-term support version. This means it will get updates and fixes for years, making it very reliable. The AHS edition, which stands for Advanced Hardware Support, comes with Linux 6.15 Liquirix kernel. This means it's more optimized for newer hardware, especially for people with the latest graphics cards and CPUs. So basically, whichever edition you choose, you're covered whether you have an older machine or a brand new one. MX Linux 25 also ships with 3 different desktop environments. If you're new, desktop environment just means the look and feel of your system, like the start menu, the panels, the file manager and so on. And here are your choices. Xfce 4.20. This is the main edition of MX Linux. Xfce is lightweight, fast and doesn't use many system resources. Great for older laptops or anyone who likes speed over fancy effects. KDE Plasma 6.3.6. This one is more modern and flashy, with lots of customization options. And here is something big. Plasma now uses Wayland by default. Wayland is a newer display system that aims to replace X11, bringing smoother graphics and better security. Fluxbox 1.3.7. This is the most lightweight of all. Fluxbox is minimalistic, kind of bare bones, but super fast, perfect for older machines or people who like to keep things very simple. So no matter what type of computer you have, MX Linux has an option for you. Before we continue with the rest of the highlights, I just want to quickly say, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future Linux content. It really helps the channel grow. And a big thank you to all my channel members. Alright, let's get back into what's new in MX Linux 25. Now, let's break down some of the main highlights of this release. MX Linux includes live system tools from Antix, and now they work better with systemd, which is one of the most common startup systems in Linux. Basically, this improves compatibility and gives you more flexibility. Okay, this sounds scary, but here is what it means. In Linux, your system needs to know where to get updates and software from. Debian introduces a new format for these sources called deb822, and MX Linux now supports it. It makes managing your software sources cleaner and more future-proof. MX Linux is famous for its set of custom tools called MX Tools. These are little apps that make life easier, like managing drivers, setting up your system, or creating snapshots. In this release, they've been updated to work with Qt6, which means they're more modern and ready for the future. If you've used MX Linux before, you know about apt notifier, which told you when updates were available. That has now been replaced with MX Updater, a cleaner and more reliable way to handle system updates. Another big improvement is in the installer. That's the tool you use to actually install MX Linux on your computer. The new installer now has a feature to help you replace an existing Linux installation. This is super handy if you already have Linux installed and just want to upgrade or switch without manually setting up partitions. And for people with newer computers, MX Linux now supports 64-bit UEFI secure boot installations. That's important because many modern PCs require secure boot to be enabled, and now MX Linux can handle that out of the box. For fans of Fluxbox, the lightweight edition has also seen some nice updates. More configuration options, a revised panel setup, updated menus at the root level, and better app finder configuration using the RAWFi tool. In plain English, Fluxbox is now easier to customize and comes with better defaults, so you don't have to spend hours tweaking things manually. One of the unique things about MX Linux is that it still gives you a choice between two different init systems, systemd and sysvinit. Most modern Linux distros use systemd by default, but some users prefer the old sysvinit because it's simpler and more traditional. MX Linux gives you the choice, which is pretty rare these days. Do note that the AHS edition with Liquor's kernel doesn't support secure boot, so if you need secure boot, stick to the standard edition. So, should you try MX Linux 25 Infinity Beta? If you're curious and want to help test things, absolutely, you can download it right now and play around with it. Just remember, it's still a beta version, which means it's not 100% stable. There may be bugs, crashes, or unfinished features. If you want something rock solid for daily use, I'd recommend sticking with the current stable MX Linux release and waiting for the final version of MX Linux 25 to drop. And that's a wrap on MX Linux 25 Infinity Beta. To quickly recap, it's based on Debian 13, comes with Linux 6.12 LTS and 6.15 Liquor's kernel, offers Xfce Plasma with Wayland and Fluxbox desktops, and brings a new installer, new updater tool, secure boot support, and many quality of life improvements. I think MX Linux 25 is shaping up to be one of the most exciting releases yet. But what do you think? Will you download the beta and give it a try, or wait for the final release? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you won't miss future Linux content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.